Mandy. I'm one of the technicians here at Oak West Animal Clinic and Oak Ridge Animal Clinic. I'm here today to talk about ear cleaning in your dog. On a day-to-day basis, we see lots of ear infections, and those can be caused by various things, ranging from, just simply the breed, the actual anatomy of the ear isn't correct, allergy-related issues. There can sometimes be a foreign body in the ear. We've got dogs that are frequent swimmers, so that can come into effect as well. And definitely, when we're looking at ear infections, oftentimes the first step to treatment is getting a good ear clean done and getting all that debris out, or as much of it as we can. I've got my own dog here today to show you, so hopefully you'll be a willing patient and we'll see how this goes. Okay, so this is my dog Boone. He's 11 years old, so he's a little senior. He's not used to having his ears cleaned because he's actually had pretty healthy ears his whole life. So it'll be a very realistic demonstration of how an ear clean can go at home. We realize it's hard. It is a struggle sometimes, but we're going to do the best we can to help you through. And if it's something you feel you can't accomplish at home, then we're here to help you. We can get it done with you. In terms of supplies that you need for an ear clean, do make sure you have a veterinary approved ear cleaner. That is very important. Depending on your dog's condition, it can be a simple ear clean just because there's a bit of debris in there versus there could be a lot of yeast or bacteria in the ear growing. So there might be specific ear cleaners that are needed that are more geared towards helping that condition. So let us know if you're thinking of tackling this at home. We can definitely help you and recommend an appropriate one for you. You're also going to want something, we tend to use gauze squares at the clinic. At home, you can use things like a little washcloth. You can use paper towel. Kleenex tends to kind of dissolve really quickly, I find, when it gets wet, so I don't usually recommend that. I worry about little bits of debris getting into the ear. Some people will use cotton balls. Be careful with that too, because sometimes you can leave little bits behind. I like also makeup pads. So some of the makeup pads, you can get a big package of these from the dollar store if it's something you're going to be doing frequently. So you could try that as well. Q-tips obviously are something that you might see us use at the clinic. It isn't necessarily something I recommend doing at home, only because we don't want to poke in too far. So if there's a little bit of debris, and I'll show you close up in a minute, if there's a little bit of debris on the outside of that ear pinna, we can definitely go and get that with a Q-tip if you can't reach it with your finger, but we don't want to go in too far, so I don't typically recommend using those at home. And obviously, we need treats. We need treats because it's stressful for them. It's weird. It's not something we're used to. So you do want to try and make this a positive experience for them as much as possible. With a dog ear canal, it's a little bit different from ours. So with our ear canal, it goes straight in, and that's why we don't use Q-tips. We don't want to poke the eardrum. With a dog, they actually have sort of a unique ear canal. It goes down vertically, and then it takes almost a 90-degree turn inwards towards the head. So when we're cleaning the ear, it is important to really pull out that canal, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute when my dog's cooperating better. So I'm going to start the ear clean now. So basically you want them in a sitting position. With most dogs, they're probably going to do a little bit better if they're backed into a corner or against a wall, because their first instinct is going to be to back up immediately. So it's probably better to do that. So again, we're going to pull up the ear like this, pull up the ear canal. We're actually going to take the ear cleaner and fill the canal. I do recommend usually only doing this if they don't have a massive ear infection going on. If they have a massive ear infection and it's all kind of clogged with hair and stuff, sometimes the ear cleaner doesn't want to come back out afterwards, so then we'll just wet a gauze and wipe it out. But for routine cleaning, this is a really nice, easy way to get all the debris deep in the canal. They don't usually like it, and be prepared for a lot of head shaking. So we're going to just fill the canal. I know, you're being so good, buddy. Oh, I know. It's a little tough because they do want to shake their head right away. So you want to kind of fold that ear over and then rub just below the ear. So what we're doing when we're doing this basically is we're encouraging that ear cleaner to go deep into the canal, right down to the bottom. If you're doing it really well, you'll hear kind of a squishing sound. If you can hear that. But when you're doing that, basically it's breaking up all the debris and, wax and goo that's deep in that canal. Before you let the ear go, you're going to want to either put a towel over the dog's head or stand back, because this is what's going to happen. And it'll go everywhere. So once you've done that, then you can go in with your gauze. So I've got my gauze square here, and now we just want to wipe it all out. So because my dog is quite big, I can get in there quite a bit. Like my finger can fit in there. With smaller dogs, obviously you're not going to be able to get as deep into that canal. You're going to probably just be able to get a little bit on the surface, but basically the goal is to wipe out as much of that liquid as you can. Oftentimes if there is debris deep in the canal, it will come up with the head shaking, which is the goal. That's what we want. So I wiped out as much debris as I can. We're going to stop for a little cookie break. You're being very good. Yes, you are. So in terms of using the Q-tip, we're not going to put it in very far. You're just going to be getting just a little bits in between here. So again, I don't recommend putting that Q-tip deep into the canal. Leave that for the veterinary professionals, because we know how far we can go. If you have to get the little bits of debris that are stuck in all those little bumpies there, that's fine. You can do that at home. Now, if you don't want to fill the canal with your cleaner, you can always just put some on a gauze like that, get it nice and wet. Some people prefer to do that, and then just wipe out the debris that you see on the actual, visual part, the pinna, or in the beginnings of the canal. And that way you can get it all. Hey, buddy, doing a good job. Okay, so that is basically it. Once you've cleaned it out, then it's just up to the dog to shake their head. Oftentimes shaking the head will dry out the canal, get rid of all the debris and everything. Regular ear cleans are going to be something you want to do if your dog is prone to ear infections, and if they are prone to allergies, they're going to be prone to more ear infections as well. So something to keep in mind. As far as how frequent you should be doing them, you want to talk to your veterinarian about that. Some dogs need almost daily cleaning or weekly cleaning. Other dogs are fine almost their whole life without an ear clean. It really depends. Again, certain breeds are more prone to ear problems just because of their actual anatomy or the way they're built. And then certain dogs, like I said, if they have allergies, they're going to be more prone to that kind of stuff as well. Things you don't want to put in the ear, I've heard of a lot of different things over the years, from vinegar and oil and honey and different things like this. You really want to talk to your veterinarian about the appropriate ear cleaner that you're using in there. Some things you put in there, although the internet may tell you that it's going to help an ear infection, they don't always. Sometimes they can make things worse, and some of those things can actually sting or burn, making future ear cleanings a lot more difficult, because the dog's going to remember that stinging, burning feeling. So make sure you're chatting with us about proper recommendations and things to use. Other than that, thanks for watching. If you have more questions, please feel free to contact us at either Oak Ridge Animal Clinic or Oak West Animal Clinic. We are here to help and answer any questions you need. Okay, thanks. Bye.